have 10 more minutes. If anybody else wants to speak, I'm going to take one more person that would like to speak. Going live right now.
Hello, can you hear me? I think there is a delay here.
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. I think the video is kind of frozen. Can everybody else hear me okay?
If everybody can hear her, can you please comment and say yes or anything? But you can keep talking, though. Can you tell us your name and where you're from?
Yes, my name is Jana, and I am from Germany. Although okay. I was raised in Spain, so I guess I'm a very European mix of a person. But I live in Germany currently.
Okay. Okay. So, can you do me a favor, and can you please tell us why you personally feel fathers are important?
Yes, it's a pretty clear reason, and it started with the fact that I didn't have a father growing up. I'm a fatherless daughter since I can remember, although I did meet my father later on, but that's a really long story. But I know the difference that it makes not having a father in the home growing up, not having any male role model, and I was raised by a very empathetic, educated, and nice lady who was a single mom for many years. And I, of course, grew up with the idea and the emotion that fathers do not care, because my father wasn't involved by his own choice. I mean, he was never alienated, so to speak. So I later had to see, after I had my own daughter, and I also went through a divorce. That's the saddest part, that sometimes you bring on this family legacy to the next generation without even noticing the decisions that you're making, right? So I saw that I needed to change, that I needed to invest a lot of energy in my own development so I can stop this pattern from passing through to my daughter and to my grandchildren. So I began to... My daughter is 10 right now.
Okay.
Yes. So I know that fathers are important because, like you said, like half an hour ago, there is no way to make a child without a man and a woman. So that's like the two foundation legs of a kid. And if you take one leg away, it's like this child is walking with a stick all the time. That's an emotional scar that you carry. And I know the consequences of fatherless upbringing very well. That's why I specialized actually as a coach in helping those inactive and absent fathers building the bridge back to their daughters.
Absolutely. Now, my next question is, like I've asked everyone else, do you personally know anybody that might have been that might have experienced parental alienation?
Yes, I actually do. And I remember I was in my teenage years. I mean, my God, I'm getting old. It's more than 20 years ago, actually. And I remember this lady who was a family friend, and she had 2 children. And I saw her being a single mom like mine. That's why it wasn't that strange to me. But later on, I saw how she didn't actually encourage the kids to be with their father, how she talked negatively about their father to their children, and they actually believed that the father wasn't appropriate. I mean, she actually alienated him big time, and she made fun of it, like, oh, he writes those funny letters to my kids, like wanting to meet them, and, you know, he's kind of crazy. And when I got older, I thought, oh my God, this lady is going to have such an unpleasant surprise once the kids grow up and realize that the dad was wanting to be in their lives all the way. And that's actually what happened. I mean, the kids don't talk to her anymore because they realized they were welcome at their father's home. Once they were... No, I didn't, but I knew him later just through their kids, what they explained to me. And they said, look, our mom never apologized. She never acknowledged that she made a mistake. and she just has excuses. And my view on it is that that lady, being a very nice lady that meant well, but she had so much emotional baggage. She had so much unfinished emotional business already from her childhood and with her husband. And she took the easiest way, which for her was, well, I'm just going to do this on my own. I'm going to alienate the guy so he doesn't bother us. And I'm the hero single mother, you know, and she was very bitter on the inside, because otherwise, how do you do something like that? But well, I guess life showed her that she was wrong, because the kids have a really hard time now having a good relationship with her, because they actually know what she did, and they felt very sorry for their dad not being able to be in their lives sooner.
If you was to talk to any mothers that are bitter right now, or at any time, it don't have to be right now, at any time, what would your message be when it comes to a parent not wanting, a mother, I'm trying to say, not wanting their son or daughter, their child, to see the father or just be with the father? What would your message be to anybody that's bitter, any mother that's bitter that's listening to you right now?
Yeah, that's a really valuable question. I hope everybody's hearing me well. The thing is, I would tell them that no matter what happened between you and the dad and the emotional baggage you carry, these are things you need to work out with adults, with a therapist, with a good friend, with yourself. But you can't make the children pay for your own instabilities or problems or bitterness, and you should act like an adult. That's what I loved about the father from the Cayman Islands. Big shout out to him, who said we need to act like adults here, not like children.
Absolutely, and he's still viewing you right now. You should be commenting in a second.
Hi there, yeah. So I really picked up a lot of stuff other people said, because sadly I couldn't be on sooner. I just want to say to people, it's 2:00 in the morning here in Germany, and I'm on because I was so pleased that you invited me, because this is such an important issue. And I want to say one thing. I love to say mothers who actually seem to think or want to think that the dad is not so important, that actually there is this very interesting thing. I mean, I'm not a scientist, so I'm not good at explaining it at all, and English is not my first language, but you can actually calculate the wealth and how well a community is doing by many factors that you have to take into account. And one of the biggest factors is how many fathers are present in that community. That is going to tell you a lot about the success of that community. So it's absolute bullshit, excuse my language, all these people who have been fed the idea. Yes, that's why I please excuse the language, but I heard that idea even in my home many times, because my mother was fed that idea by the whole, in the 70s in Germany, if you were progressive, you just thought those ideas were true, that you just need a mom or one parent, that we don't need to stigmatize single mothers, that we don't need to think one thing or the other is better. But the thing is, they actually taught even kids that dads are not that important as long as they have a good mom, and it's just a lie. It's just not true. I mean, we can even predict the success of a community by seeing how many fathers are present. So what are we really talking about?
I want to thank you for you coming on here and coming all the way from Germany. Everybody, just can you let everybody know your name and where you're from once again?
Yes, my name is Jana Herde, is a German last name, so a bit difficult maybe for you guys. Jana Herde from Germany. I'm on Instagram
and let everybody know what time it is out there as well.
Right now it's almost 2:00 a.m., 2:00 in the morning, but I was very pleased to be here, and it was definitely worth it. Thank you so much.
Good. Wow, it's not a problem. Not a problem. Anytime you want to come back on, just message Fathers Are Important, and you are more than welcome to come back on the show. And
I will.
I want to thank you once again for being on here.
Thank you. And just so people can know, if you know some fathers that have been absent, that maybe the daughter is 18 and they haven't seen her in 10 years, I specialize in helping those fathers find a way to get back in their daughter's lives and do the personal development that they need to go through to be able to make that happen. Thank you so much.
Can you let everybody know your Instagram name for if anybody's interested to reach out to you about that?
Yeah, I'm going to type it in the comments. It's Jana Herde, which is my last name, and coaching. Jana Herde Coaching. I just posted in the comments. If somebody wants to ask some questions or just reach out, I'll be more than pleased. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on here. Sending my regards to you from New York all the way to Germany.
Thank you. Danke
you have
schön.
a good one. And I'm sorry that we can't see you, but hopefully next time if you ever decide to come back on, we'll see you again.
Yes, I'll be glad to be here. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You have a good one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For the remaining 3 minutes of the show, I want to personally let everybody know that I want to thank you all for coming on here. And then I've started this Fathers Are Important page in August of last year. And I've watched it grow from 1 follower to currently now a little over 900. And I'm very happy and very proud at the fact that it's very close to 1K right now. My goal right now with this page is to go viral, possibly someday get a blue check if possible, but more than anything, get attention from the family courts and the world, and help everyone understand why fathers are important. I have nothing against mothers, and I'm letting you know that right now. My personal issue with my mother, my personal issue with my son's mother is my personal issue with her. My personal issue with her influenced me to want to reach out to all fathers that are all over the world that are going through what I'm going through, or that are going through something worse than what I'm going through, and let everyone know why fathers are important. Because it takes not one, it takes 2 parents to create a child. And that's all I'm going to explain, let everyone know. And my name is Arcadio Santana speaking. This is the Father.